We're live and direct, my friends.
We're live here, Tim. Coming in your ass with the news.
All right.
All right. Pretty strong tone to start the show. I got to be honest. Pretty sexually graphic tone to start the show. Tony, what do you have on behind you? Is that wait? Is it Beast Wars?
Yes, it's Beast Wars. The first cartoon I have memories of watching.
Hold on. Wait, is that Beast Wars?
No, it's actually not. Close though.
Damn. To me, it's Beast Wars. To him, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like Megazord or whatever the fuck from Transformers.
Megatron.
Megaballs?
Megathon.
Megathon.
This isn't even a Beast Wars anymore. What the hell? It totally skipped to like a cartoon from 2013. I'm trying to watch
the
that.
Stallion is a new. What's his name? Megadon? What's his name? Megadeth? Megatron. Of course, Tron.
You know his name. You're just trying to act cool.
Beast Wars. No, honestly, I could not recall it. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I could if I sat here for 5 minutes and really crunched the numbers in my head.
No.
Yeah.
Mega Tim?
No, that's the Vine.
No, that's the guy on Vine who
that's
has
Cedric.
Tony, is it?
Just jiggle them titties.
Rigatoni, no.
Rigatoni, Pastacholi. No, it's not as close.
What was that show with the cube? Rigatoni.
What was the villain in Transformers called? Rigatoni Muscatoli? No, it was something close to that though.
Rigatoni Megaton? Megaton?
Rigatone, Megatoni? Are you schizophrenic? Are you having an episode right now?
No, I'm just hungry.
Do you guys remember
I guess
that
it's
show?
ableist to be are you schizophrenic? Because people do have schizophrenia. I know people with schizophrenia.
Yeah, people be schizophrenic though.
Yeah, remember when I was at that party and I was Cannibal Corpse rapes my face? And wow, way to ruin the entire year on New Year's Eve. And I'm I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. And they're wow, rape jokes, really funny. And it's so the verb
you
rape
never listen to Cannibal Corpse, so
the verb rape is off limits. Can't say rape of any kind.
But the song "I Come Blood" is just totally chill by you. Everything else, hammer smash
any of their lyrics.
Yeah, you're good on that. That's fine. The guy's name is Corpse Grinder. Is that the line for you? Hey, that's George Corpse Grinder Fisher.
Yeah, the songs are Baby Blood Lubricates My Cock. Those are the names of the song.
Right. It's just fucking
and
fetal discharge endangerment.
Fetal discharge predicament. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fucking West Nile cum virus or something.
Right.
Rather.
Goddamn. Yeah, fucking metal bands got out of pocket in the 80s. Back when it's funny because even with fucking Slayer and shit, when everyone's Slayer is the devil's music, and even then it's just the farthest they got was Angel of Death. There's just Tom Araya going, it's it's the devil's music.
You know what's funny? I feel I've come to the conclusion that I wish we could all be more we could mock people who are disabled, people of different races, people a little bit more in a unified fashion where more people would enjoy it. I wish we could maybe say slurs, a little bit more. Not the N-word, that's okay. I don't need to ever say that. I'm good. But I'm just saying, in general, I wish that we could say more, but I come to it from a different standpoint than your typical person is gonna. Some people are I wish people would just relax. You shouldn't be upset about it. That's not how I feel. I feel I wish we had a world where people didn't have things like that, but then again, it's kind of a paradox because if you have something that can be mocked, then it wouldn't be mocking if it wasn't offensive. So it's just the grand paradox of comedy at the end of the day, folks.
Indeed.
But I wish it was a little bit more. I like to think in the future, I'm an irony futurist. I believe that people will name their kids Osama bin Laden and Dylan Klebold in the future, just
God damn.
That's what I think,
Well, we named him Dylan after
I believe in us. After Bob Dylan?
No, after Dylan Roof.
Yeah. Which mass shooter? Dylan's are 2-0 on the on the
I
mass
just want
shooter.
in 5 years BuzzFeed to have a quiz that says, "What mass shooter are you?"
Right.
Take this quiz.
Christ.
No, God. Yeah, that's a little too far.
No,
too far.
I didn't.
That's really funny,
Take it
Max.
further, please.
Really funny since we've had a lot of mass shootings recently to do that.
The audacity you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a pretty piece of
Beast
shit.
Wars is pretty sick, and that is one of the first cartoons because it was on Toonami back in the day, also.
Mm-hmm. There's like the first cartoon I watched.
Hey Tony, shut the fuck up real quick. Hold on.
Oh.
Shut up.
Fucking T-Rex.
I forgot something, dude.
What? Pray tell.
Well, first of all, my Christ was killed yesterday. I want everyone to remember that my anointed Christ.
I'm glad
was murdered by the, but you know who. But
he's coming back tomorrow. Shut up. Who cares?
That's the one thing I want to remember. But also, I remembered I forgot to introduce the podcast.
On this most sacred of weekends.
Huh? Yeah.
On this most sacred of weekends, you're forgetting to do something.
I know.
Of such gravitas.
Don't do it again.
Well, I guess I'll introduce it. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, it was Easter Sunday yesterday. It is Monday, April 5th, 2021. That's right. We're in April. We're more than a quarter of the way through this year. And this year is starting to feel a little bit hopeful. Welcome to another episode of Woke and Boke, episode 79. To be quite exact, I'm your host, Connor Boyd. If you're trying to get me fired somewhere, joke's on you. I'm hired by racists, so it doesn't matter. Joke's on you. They're more bigoted than I am. So if you watched the first 10 minutes and found something offensive and you're going to try and find me,
good luck.
Good luck. Also, no one watches this podcast, so you're a freak for being here if you are.
Yeah. It's already your fault.
If you watch this podcast, guess what? There's not many of you, but I love you.
Me too. Had a good sesh with them last night on Halo.
I can take it or leave it.
I don't think they listen to the podcast, though. I don't think our Discord fans listen to the pod.
Not all of them, but some of them I know do.
It's all good.
It's a funny cross-section. Everything just nothing lines up the same. It's funny.
Right. So anyways, yeah, that's me. That's what I do. I'm here with my best friends from the great Gateway to the West, St. Louis, Missouri. Primarily Max Sanza, the gentleman and scholar, is here today. Max, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
You got something on the way, so if Max dashes out in the middle of the show, just know he's being a good boyfriend.
Doing the dash.
Doing
the digital dash. And then, of course, the other host that I have, the most racist man I've ever met in my life, Tony. Tony Harrop is here. I'm in a weird mood today. I don't know why.
The biggest sack of shit I've ever met.
The biggest white supremacist Nazi I've ever met in my life.
Get this man fired, Tony Harrop.
Someone's called him the greatest scholar of Hitler by way of liking him that's ever existed. Basically, who's like a super fan? I don't know. Can't think of one.
Stan,
you're a super fan. You're a super fan of Adolf Hitler. Isn't that funny? Like I made a TikTok with just Adolf Hitler uncensored in it. Creative fun gone, just gone. Yeah. I don't make money on TikTok anymore. I don't know if I told you.
It's got to be that one for sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that, guys. That canceled.
No, I saw that on your story.
I guess one of my two co-hosts just kind of fails to keep up with my life, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's cool. I just my mental health, I just got to stop ingesting everything. Right.
Just prioritizing real life in front of me the moment.
Yeah. So wait, do you not go on Instagram either, basically?
I mean, not really. No, I'll check probably every day or so, but I don't go through stories or scroll anymore. I'll just kind of check my messages, check my notifications, and dip.
Beautiful, man.
Mm-hmm. That's a smart thing to do.
I went on Twitter today for 5 minutes and I fucking bailed. I was like, "Fuck this shit."
Yeah, yeah. Last night I was like, I would grab my phone and open up Twitter and then immediately put it in my pocket.
Anyway.
But yeah, Tony, how are you doing, dude? Or did I already ask that?
I'm rather well.
Doesn't matter.
You're rather well.
I'm rather well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, folks. Every week we get together, we catch up. We're good old friends. We've known each other for a long time. I've known Tony for a long time. I've known Max for a long time. And technically, Max has known Tony, and Tony has known Max for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So shit kind of crazy. And what do we talk about? Whatever the fuck we want to talk about, because this is our podcast, not yours. Kill yourself if you think otherwise. And I can say whatever I want on here. Kill yourself, you cunt. That's the thing I enjoy most about this pod is it's literally I can say whatever I want, basically.
Indeed.
Because no one's also going to listen to it. That's another benefit. But I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean that if you listen to this, you're a nobody. That's what I'm talking about. That's really more what I'm getting at. Not that we don't have viewers. If you're listening to this, you have no power whatsoever. You're losing.
Yeah, basically, if you listen to this, you're dregs of the earth.
Right. You're pathetic.
The scum of humanity.
Yeah,
there is no lower.
You're a pond scum. You're like shoe on my. You're like gum on my shoe. Like I'm trying to scrape you off.
Yes.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, by the way, if you do watch the show frequently, and follow us on Spotify. Not that anyone's ever going to do that ever again, since we have YouTube. Whatever. If you're not already doing so. So you don't miss a single episode. Also follow us on our Discord. Join our Discord. Link is in our bio for that. And you can follow us on Twitter at Welcome Boke Pod, as well as Instagram at Welcome Boke Podcast to get updates on the podcast every week. And reach out to our Gmail, WelcomeBokePodcast@gmail.com with your questions, comments, and suggestions. And we will read them on the show. And guess the fuck what? Links to all of these are listed in the show Gayscription.
Yes. Come get parasocial
in the
with us.
Gayscription.
Yeah.
Let's get parasocial.
Paralyze yourself and get parasocial with the Welcome Boke boys. Yeah. We love you. We're not like other podcasts where we're like mean. We love you. We care. We're your friend. We're your friend.
We love you.
We love you and care about you. We're your friend.
Yeah.
I don't know what tone Max is going for. I don't get it. But I'm telling you,
I don't know what tone Max is going for.
Oh, what if that was just a disease Max had? It was just unamused, sarcastic tone.
Yeah,
but
dude, it's really debilitating.
Yeah, dude, times have been really tough.
Your mom dying.
Yeah. Dude, it really affects my quality of life, and I think about ending it daily.
Yeah, I'm really struggling right now. Sure.
Yeah, dude, existence is pain. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I could really use a friend right now. Sure.
Yeah, my problems don't seem like anyone's concerned by them.
It really means a lot to me that you're reaching out like this.
I'm 26 and I constantly think, is this it? Is this all I have to show for myself? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely like some days where I'm like, I'm so glad I get to talk with my friends. Sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I have feelings of inadequacy. Sure. just like at the therapist.
Just like, I think you may be masking your emotions. Yeah, sure. I have a problem. Okay.
Yeah, I battle alcoholism and drug abuse.
Yeah, I don't feel alive without being under the influence. Okay.
Yeah. I may never be able to sit through a movie outside of a movie theater for the rest of my life.
Oh, sure.
Without pausing it or looking at my phone or zoning out in general.
Yeah, okay. Social media is affecting my mental state.
Yeah, my attention span is reduced. And I didn't finish the Snyder Cut not because it was bad, but because I literally could not pay attention to it. As if that was...
Oh, man.
Imagine.
So you didn't finish it, though?
No. Yeah, this bit is becoming real. So
I watched it with George, and then I fell asleep. I was like, all right, man, cool. I've had several beers. We've had dinner, and the room is dimly lit, and I'm high. I'm gonna go ahead and lay down on the bed to watch the rest of this.
Yeah, he should have known better.
And then it was just like,
know better.
It was just like Master Chief, just like, wake me when you need me, and I just,
oh my god.
Just
yeah, if we were hanging out, I would have known to not start the movie any later than like noon. No. For sure.
You're kind of a tyrant, though. You're like, Like, let's watch movies in the morning, but if it's at night, let me fall asleep. Like this shit that
you're the
you
one
have done that.
You're like, yo, let's go back to your place and watch John Wick, maybe 2 and 3. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, sure, yeah, that'll happen.
Maybe
it's like
3:30.
I'm like, yeah, we'll maybe get halfway through one.
God.
Oh my god, that's so funny. It's so true.
I made it to 3. I made it to 3, and I passed out in the middle of 3. Like literally that exact scenario last week.
That's why I like cocaine, because it keeps you up. But honestly, cocaine doesn't even keep me up. If I'm sleepy, cocaine doesn't do nothing. Man.
Young Sleeperton.
Yeah, I mean, but like about falling asleep, like you and Jacob both have been, like my old friend Jacob, tyrants about keeping me awake, like slapping me in the face and shit. I'm like, let me fall asleep or find a friend that stays awake. Do one or the other.
You're asking too much.
Find a friend that stays awake or let me fall asleep. Period. Like,
no, it's funnier to hit you.
Yeah. Honestly, one of the things that makes me madder than anything in this world is being woken up by somebody else. It's one of them. It's one of the most maddeningly frustrating. Like, I want to fight someone when they wake me up. I'm not even joking. Like, if someone like wakes me up doing this or like shoves me even when I'm like really tired and shoves me awake, like when I was REM sleep, I swear I'm in the mood to fight. Because I remember I was in a sleepover at like Ikers and Conrad's. Or it was like they were both there, and they were trying to wake me up the next morning. And I was like sleeping on some air mattress in the corner of a basement. They were like running over, hitting me in the head with pillows. It's like in the middle of the morning. I'm like, wow, I would put you up against the wall if I could. Like,
yeah, that's murder. Yeah, that's See, the thing is that motherfuckers will prank you when it's no time to prank. Really.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really not at all.
It's always time to prank.
Yeah. It's like the time, and then they'll get upset when you like retaliate. Like I remember there's this one fucking dumbass when I was in like 7th or 8th grade who fucking like was hiding. Who was a kid who I notoriously was fucking I fucking hated. And he just like was hiding behind a door. Yeah. And he fucking like jumped out and scared me. And he's like, boo. And I fucking pushed his ass like over or did he push me? I can't remember. Point is, one of us got fucking pushed, and then I chased his tiny ass out of the fucking place. And then he was like, "What? What did I do?" I'm like, "You're the biggest cunt I've ever met." Is what you did.
There was this really funny prank that the Nazis did called the Night of Long Knives. Anyways, but yeah, no, I think it was just the night they killed all their political enemies at once. It was like a purge.
Yeah, that's a good.
That was a crazy prank. Well, it was. It had to be a prank because it happened on April 1st. So, like,
like
they didn't really mean it.
It's a prank.
Anyways, I've said Nazi many times.
Yeah,
it's okay. Why am I fascinated with that? I don't know. A lot of Nazis out there. A lot of people who are communists that think they're communists, but they're actually fascists. I'm getting kind of into anarchism, boys.
Yeah, people forget that.
Turns out this guy wasn't the best. Little Vladimir Lenin over here wasn't the chillest fella, actually.
Yeah.
And state socialism isn't the best thing, but you know what?
Is that his first name?
That's a little preview into something that's coming in the future. So, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin, I think. Ilyich or something.
Never knew his first.
You
never knew Lenin's first name?
No.
What's Stalin's first name?
Hugo.
All right, I'll be back. God damn it, dude.
It seems like it looks like a Hugo.
Oh my god.
No, it's Joseph.
You were about to say his name was Bruno. Yeah, it's Joseph. Like Bruno, because he has the mustache. Right? Bruno Gans. Wow. Hugo Stalin.
He looks more like a Hugo.
That's what that Scorsese movie's about. About when Stalin invented film. The automaton. That's pretty funny, Tony. You're a silly guy.
I am a goof.
What have you done this weekend? You feel like I feel like you're kind of like in shape. Like
thank you.
You look. Are you back on the?
Hardcore back on the workout grind. lifting
Yeah.
very heavy, like 2 to 3 times a week, and then just doing cardio the other days. But putting on some, I'm cultivating mass.
What are you bulk dieting?
Not necessarily. I'm not
Mm.
trying to like stuff myself, but I definitely eat like a lot. But I burn through that shit.
I'm afraid of what my bulk diet would look like. I feel like it would just be a ton of chicken.
Ton of chicken and rice.
Honestly, I'm kind of thinking of doing
Veggies.
dirty bulking, not really dirty bulking, but just like eating chicken, but like maybe it's like a little high in sodium, a little flavorful. You know what I mean?
Oh,
But
I
eating a
do
lot of it.
that.
Mhm.
I do that. I don't make it plain or anything like that,
Like I'm thinking about like crock pot chicken, maybe.
That's
And
what I
then-
do.
That's what you do. Okay.
Yeah.
What do
And
you
it's-
get? You get chicken breast or thigh or what?
Oh, yeah. Just like I get like fucking 8 chicken breasts, throw them all in there. And then when they come out, they just fall apart. Just shredded chicken.
And when they come out, they just fall apart. I wish I could do a Matthew McConaughey, but there was this guy that did Matthew McConaughey doing Thanos on TikTok. Now listen, that's what it is. It's getting now the little things here.
Yeah. He's have you seen the hot ones that he did?
No, he did a hot ones. I didn't know
He
that.
did a hot ones during last year during the
Bro,
pandemic.
that was honestly when Hot Ones first came out. That was Max and I shit. Like we would watch Hot Ones in that basement, get baked as fuck, eat some fast food, watch Hot Ones.
Yeah.
That shit
It's crazy
shit.
how many like he's got the full on like A+ listers now.
Yeah, you
like,
got to
there's no
deduce that Sean Evans probably has some skeletons in his closet. Like, how are you that goaded? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's got to be something wrong. There's got to be
True.
some authoritative. There's got to be something in his head. You know,
Uh-huh.
because he posted
Yeah.
something. I guess you have to industry wise out of politeness, but he posted something and be like, "Oh, my skit on SNL. I'm too high for this, haha." And I'm like, you know what? I'm just very suspicious of successful people.
How are you
honestly.
this chill? What's the
How are you this? Yeah, Sean Evans, you're bald. Let's talk about that first. You got no hair, nothing to hide, or so we thought. What if Sean Evans is like, I actually get my head polished every week before every episode of Hot Ones.
He probably does.
Hugo Stalin, look in the camera, tell the folks what you got going on in your life. Hugo Stalin. Honestly, that's the funniest answer to any question I've ever heard in my life. What was Stalin's first name? Hugo? Just not even in the same universe as Joseph. Just
That's close. It
Just
was
a
like
biblical
vowels and shit,
name,
man.
and then you go with Hugo. That's not even a Russian name.
What is that? It's like German?
Joseph?
Hugo? No,
maybe it's-
Hugo. Hugo.
Hugo? Yeah, maybe that's like Austrian and German, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, isn't World War One the most confusing shit? Because it's like Austro-Hungary versus
Yeah.
the Ottoman. What? It's like Prussia? Like what? Prussia? That shit confused. It's not even Russia. It's Austro-Hungary. Like, oh, but they went by Prussia. And it's like, there's a country called Russia. Like, why is it Polish Russia? Like, I don't get it. What does that mean?
It's like Persian Russia, right?
I bet that's not. I bet
guessing.
that's been an open mic bit before. Just someone being like, Prussia. I'm under no kind of Prussia. You're the only one applying Prussia. And it's like, you suck.
I'm gonna say, yeah, that'd be the first and last time that bit was ever used.
Yeah, David Bowie came out with a song during World War One. It was called "Under Prussia." It's like,
Don't even worry about it, Max. It'd be it's too much of a rabbit hole to dive down. The Prussia
All right,
thing.
Hugo.
I saw this fucking TikTok that was like, all right, this is how you know the Grammys don't know shit about music. And it's this white guy with like I'm just gonna show it to you. Hold on. Let me just show it to you. Oh, shout out Skatey. Hold on, let me see if I
She's
can find
funny.
this.
This is a funny lady.
Wild
Who?
funny. Wild funny.
Skatey 420.
Damn, I really can't find this.
420.
Did I download
cool.
it maybe?
That's cool.
Yes, I did. I'm glad I did. Sometimes the TikTok is so good, I just download it just in case I need to reference it later.
For you. And puts on Savage. Classy.
Wait.
Respectfully, get the fuck.
Get the fuck in the
People getting mad. Wait, this guy's what? Mad that song was played at the Grammys?
I don't know who decides who wins a fucking Grammy or not, but the fact that Megan Thee Stallion won 3 of them shows that they know absolute jack shit about music. Nobody in their right fucking mind out of this group of songs chooses Savage to be the award winner. Imagine you're whipping with the fucking homies, right? Up in that deal. And your one friend goes, hold on. I got some heat for you. And puts on Savage. Classy, booze. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my car.
It's like the male imagination sometimes is so insane. It has such a self-important sort of like I don't know, what's the opposite of heliocentricity where it revolves around the earth instead?
Not good.
Yeah, it's like
big bad.
It's like they they think the world revolves around. It's like, you ever be going in the car with your homies and someone plays Savage? It's like, can you even conceive that this genre is maybe not owned by the male gender? Like, it's just so funny.
Can you just conceive that like all music is dog shit? Like it just really is.
Can you also look up the term payola and understand that this is all a fucking rigged circus show anyways?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and if you really want to fucking be the guy who has like a profound musical opinion, then just fucking say, not one of these fuckers played a goddamn guitar. And it's like, if you really, you're not even doing it in a fucking fully obnoxious way.
And it's like, here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? That best rap song, right?
Yeah.
They gave it to Savage? Yeah, of course that's not the
did.
best rap song out of those. The Box is probably the best rap song out of those, in my opinion.
Yep. Did the most new shit, I'll tell you
Did
that.
Roddy Ricch do Megan Thee Stallion numbers for the last year and a half? No. Does Megan Thee Stallion have probably multiple labels working for her and greasing up these fucking Grammy committee people? Probably. It's pretty simple. But why am I trying to expect like an 18-year-old fucking Guido wannabe?
Like, could you tell me what Roddy Ricch looks like? Like, do you have a clear idea in your mind of what
Roddy
that dude
Ricch
looks
to me
like?
Is like you have like Future and like Young Thug or like Goku and Vegeta, and Roddy Ricch is like the Trunks, you know?
Yeah.
He's like an even more powerful and creative version of those two guys.
But he needs to bake
And
for
he's
3
just
more
started.
years. He needs to bake for 3 more years before he goes Super Saiyan. Whereas Meg Thee
He's like
Stallion,
21.
everyone knows who that chick is. Everyone knows what she looks like.
Right, she's on top right now.
And she's been fucking
The tip
everywhere.
top.
It's not surprising.
If
People
Meg
are
Thee Stallion,
stupid.
listen, if Meg Thee Stallion writes her own raps, she might be one of the best female rappers in terms of just consistent writing ability, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I would put her in a top 10 sort of female rappers ever, maybe top 5 even. I don't know female rappers that well, women rappers rather.
Yeah. If they give it to
But,
Cardi
like-
B, I'd probably be like, all right, that's obnoxious, but okay. But
But it's like Meg Thee Stallion
legitimately
doesn't
great.
just copy off of Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj and all. She has 100% her own lane and comes up with bars and angles and like punchlines and also just fly shit to say. That's so original, way more than other people. Now, is Savage a good song? Like, it's okay. It's a pop song. But you gotta understand, like, I don't know. Why
Here's
are
the
we
thing.
trying to tell this teenager how to think? I don't know.
You heard it once. You hear
It's
it
a meme
once,
song.
and then you know it. That's a Grammy hit. Is you only need to hear
I've
it
still-
once to know
That
exactly how
Up
it
song
goes.
too is just nuclear. That's
I've never heard the song from front to back.
No, but you know what
I've
the
only-
hook sounds like.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's
Exactly.
like a meme.
I like the
That's-
song "Body" because when she goes "body yaddy yaddy yaddy," I just imagine her ass shaking in my head.
Yeah, 'cause that's
and
what,
it's like
And see, that's
every
tight.
time I
They
hear her sing
succeeded at
"body
that.
yaddy yaddy yaddy," I just see huge ass cheeks jiggling in my face, And you know what?
That's where they
I
succeed.
applaud you for that.
Just ripples, just
And
and
that's-
slow mo.
That's what we
just
call breaking new ground
Lizzo's
in music.
ass rippling in slow mo. Lizzo getting shot with a riot gun rubber bullet and then having that ass jiggle like.
I'm Lizzo and I'm about to get shot in the ass with a riot gun.
I'm about to get shot in the ass with the riot gun and film it in slow motion and watch the ass jiggle ripple. And Johnny Knoxville's like, "You're not what? We're shooting you in the pussy. I don't know what you're talking about."
Jackass Lizzo edition. She did that thing
Hi,
with
I'm
Eric
Lizzo.
Andre that was pretty funny.
Oh, Bird Up.
Yeah, when she just showed up, I was like, oh, okay, they timed this perfectly.
She seems funny. It's just like it's a shame how the industry will make you such a cornball in the sense that like they'll shove you down people's throats so hard. Whereas she's perfectly fine. Lizzo's music is great. Like
No, yeah, I think she's just another example of like they over commercialized someone too fast. They took someone that could have burned for a long time and they just like burnt her the fuck out in like a year. And then everyone was like, all right, I'm tired of seeing
yeah,
Lizzo.
I don't. What's the next Lizzo hit? I mean, I haven't heard a Lizzo hit in a while.
She's probably just fucking off because
I fully forgot about her. To be
blew
honest.
her popularity load in a year. So she's probably just
Yeah.
fucking off until she has
But how
something
is that not-
huge.
Meg Thee Stallion, it's just like, first of all, you write really good raps, you feature really well, you get really good features, and you're just like a stone cold fox with just, I'm sorry, banging features. Like, god damn, like she's really got it all.
She
It's
fine.
great.
She fine.
She fine.
Eh?
Oh, what's that fucking TikTok that I sent you?
She's attractive.
Of that kid that fucking I think I sent it to you. That kid who's just like everyone has that one kid in homeroom where he's like, hand in my paper. Oh, I can't give
Oh,
you none
yeah.
of this. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that shit. That shit just
Living
lives
in
my
a
head.
feed tank.
Yeah.
What's all to say? Streets so wet like a what? Living in a big tank, young me. You said turn in my paper. I ain't never turning this here. You can't have this. You gotta grind for that shit.
I looked at this kid.
It's all the dolphin.
I looked at that kid's other videos and like, yeah, he's just that person though. It's not really
Yeah,
a joke.
no.
Like he's
Like
just that
Yeah.
living in a fit tank is
yeah.
funny though to me.
Yeah, no, I went and had to fucking listen to that song. So I was like, oh shit, I forgot about Soulja Boy. Which I went and listened to that song. That song is just a rip off of Forever by fucking Drake. Like the whole flow is just like like fucking
I wonder if
Where's something? Never kilo. Like just the fucking
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
know, like just the fucking that thing. Yeah.
First name greatest, last name not.
I am Drake in 2009. Yeah, because a lot of people ripped off Soulja, but Soulja also ripped off a lot of people. Funny. But
I
that kid's
remember when
fun.
we were practicing the Soulja Boy dance in my basement before the mixer.
Oh yeah, we had to
so-
get ready for the mixer.
Soulja Boy up in it. Oh, that's crazy. It was like you just knew you were gonna need to have to know that dance. How do we know we needed to know that dance? Like we literally learned to dance as two men. One of us not straight, but as two men.
Oh man, that's just how big of a
I was there
moment
for
that
that.
song was.
See, TikTok kids will never know.
No,
Watching
you
a
had
YouTube
to
video.
physically be there. You watched him teach it. He was in a pool. He was in a fucking empty pool. He was like, all right, so we're going to get the stance right. Okay. And then it's like, Soulja Boy, and then crank it, and then
Yeah,
breaking it
It
down
was-
with a bunch of kids in sweats.
yeah, and it's an easy dance. Actually,
It's
when
really
you get it
easy.
down.
Yeah, it's a cool dance. It's really neat.
Yeah, Tony, why do you seem to really, it's really the attitude today is pretty crazy. I got to be
Bit
honest,
snappy.
coming from you. Yeah. Oh, it's really neat. Wow. Oh, what do you know about that?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that was a cool dance.
Oh,
I'm interested
yeah.
in what you have to say because I'm your friend and I love and appreciate you.
Wow, I'm really enjoying hearing these memories. Wow.
That song was actually a pretty big moment back in like 07, 08. when we
I
were all in
cherish
school, yeah.
some parts of those times, okay?
Yeah, it's like looking back, we really were in the middle of a cultural moment and it was interesting to see.
Yeah. Oh wow! Life now just seems to pass by much quicker, and there's nothing resonates. Wow.
Wow, yeah, I feel totally out of the zone of relevancy and the age range at which things are happening revolutionarily.
Right. Oh, okay. I'm 26 and I don't feel relevant to society anymore, which is weird because I'm still young. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Guess,
None of these are
guess
true,
I'll go
by the
watch
way. I don't know.
TikTok. Oh man,
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. These guys now that are getting exposed on YouTube, like David Dobrik.
Yeah.
and
break that down. You have an oddly good. Like, I think it's because you watch H3 shit. You have an oddly good ear on that old sphere that I do not care about
You've
at all.
kept
break
up
that
on
down.
internet
And
TMZ.
where does Trisha Paytas come in on all this, Tony? Please break that down.
Okay. Oh yeah. So basically, what had happened
quesadilla.
was David is like this vlogger that just vlogs all the time, right? And I think he's got like 18 million subs right now. But a few years ago,
David Dobrik?
yeah, David Dobrik,
Most uninteresting person on the face of the earth. Continue.
Yeah,
he's like a
super neat
sweetheart.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Uninteresting.
like always laughing and like seems like such a
Kill yourself.
yeah. But so a video from like 2017 or 18 that he did basically involved him having 5 or 6 or 7 girls over that were all under the age of 21. They were like all like 20 or something like that.
Danger zone.
But the topic of the video was trying to get his friend into a 6-way with him and 5 girls. And it's just a super cringy, like awkward video. And basically David like tells someone to go get booze so the girls will loosen up. And basically one of the girls, blacked out drunk, was raped by one of his friends. And like, there's video of them all like out in the hallway, like being like, oh, like he's in there having to, because it ended up being his friend and 2 other girls. One of them was blackout drunk though. And he's the one that ordered, his friends to go get booze. But yeah, that's basically all coming out now. And Trisha was there, but she left because it was such a weird, gross situation. And so she had been kind of like saying this kind of stuff for a while now, but no one trusts her, obviously, because she comes off like the most insane person ever. But she was actually telling the truth. Yeah.
Because I saw a TikTok of her and they're like, Trisha, you're not going to rat on us if you break up with Jason, right? And she's like, oh my God, if we break up, I'm going to shit on you. I have so much on you. And they're like, ha 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 ha. But they.
Yeah. I hate that woman, but she makes me laugh sometimes. There's some shit that she says that I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
She's like Chet Hanks, where it's like, that's how dumb white people really are.
Yeah.
And so many white people try to pretend they're not that dumb and ignorant and stupid and bloatish and fucking bullish and just annoying. And so when one of them is that like sort of transparently ignorant and stupid, I almost admire it. Yeah.
It's comforting.
But yeah, Tony, you're like our YouTube correspondent from now on. YouTube News.
Absolutely.
You're
Yes,
like our
indeed.
Keemstar.
Yeah, I had been tuned out for like a week or 2 or maybe like a month, and then I just kept seeing stuff about David Dobrik, and I watched like an episode or 2 of their frenemies and then their other podcasts, and just kind of they're just going in on him and on James Charles.
Yeah.
And they're both just coming out to be just like super fucked up. Like James Charles is a predator, and then
It's so
David
weird.
Dobrik orchestrates.
I never would have
rapes,
thought
so-
James Charles would be crazy.
James Charles. Always on the up and up.
James
Indeed.
Charles, who wears so much makeup, it looks like he has sunblock on the tip of his nose.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is literally the fucking story from I think like 2 years ago that blew up with him. It literally was over some fucking makeup or some shit like that. That got more mainstream media attention than this is getting, and this is literally him being exposed for asking for nude pics from underage boys.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
I'm, like,
how
really
underage
shocked.
are we talking here?
Like 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not good.
But he's fucking like 22.
Yeah.
You
Not
know?
good. Not good.
23
16 is
maybe?
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's
I'm going to
child.
take a piss. I'm going to talk about something when I get back, but
No, for sure.
I'll be right
For
back.
sure.
Yeah. No, but that's my thing with a lot of these fucking people is it's just like, yeah, not even James Charles, but like David Dobrik. It's just like, what? Why is anyone interested with this guy? He just wears hoodies and is rich because
right.
he just
I know.
became rich. Like that's,
I just like I had no idea how sort of like fucking massive he had become.
right.
He's like probably the biggest just like straight up vlogger, you would say. Like there's no spin to his content. It's just daily fucking, like what you would think the Pauls have been doing. But he just does it. He's just less like outwardly obnoxious and like bothering people, I guess. I've never watched one of his vlogs or any one of his videos until this whole thing that I've been kind of keeping up with. But I mean, I think it's just like the tip of the ice. Well, maybe not the tip of the iceberg, but I feel like there's going to be more like things like this coming out where it's like huge YouTube stars that just put so much content out and stuff just kind of gets through without even being noticed,
Yeah, like the LA influencer bubble is going to burst hard this next year, I feel like. Because it used to, because, last year it was like, oh, they're all partying and doing. It's like, well, you're not going to stop them. That's just like, people that rich don't give a shit either way. Like they live above it. They don't have limitations on literally anything. So why would a pandemic stop them? But it's just like hitting that point of like, I think everyone's kind of finally starting to step back and be like, wait, why do we care about any of these people? It's like they literally don't care about us. And the only reason that they exist in the capacity that they exist in is because we care about them. And what do they really do?
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, I wonder which way it'll go, because like just to say that all these people are suddenly going to stop having millions of followers, like just the amount of people on Earth, like people are just going to have big followings like that. But I don't know, maybe it'll stop growing.
Yeah, like I think it's just going to gradually go down, because it's like even these days, it's like if you have one song that gets like 10 million listens, if you have a minor amount of like notoriety, or you get like a moment where like people just shoot you out, it's just like you've basically established a core of like at least 100 to 1,000 people that will remember who you are. So like even if 10 million people follow you on YouTube, there's probably still going to be a good handful of fucking sheep out there that will follow you to the ends of the earth. So it's like, I think that's why a lot of these influencers are pretty future proofed, because for every like million people that glance at what you're doing, there's probably 100 to 1,000 that'll give you $10 for it.
Right. It's just the numbers of it. It's like just pretty much a guarantee. I mean, if you have something of quality to put out that garners that much attention.
Exactly. Or if you just have a nice car and a DSLR camera and live in LA. It's just like, hey guys, what's up? We're going to go take a shit. Then, fucking.
Right. So true. Yeah. By the way, last night, the weirdest thing happened. So,
whoa!
I did acid again.
Neat.
It's crazy how I do acid almost every week. I don't know why. But I don't see a point not to. It's quite fun.
I just saw Frodo in the back.
Like, it does exhaust me a little bit, because it is exhausting. It's like what I compared it to last night. It's like your computer running a really high graphical video game on your.
You're running
for
Doom
like
at
hours.
4K.
And I've said this before. It's like having a high fan on your computer. Like it's hot, and it eventually just exhausts you. But weirdest thing happened. So Trish took acid with me. Took it at the exact same time. We dropped acid about 6 p.m. last night. Still daylight out. Several hours go by. It starts cooking. It starts kicking in. And I'm like, ooh, I can feel it. And she's like, oh, I can feel it too. I'm like, yeah, I can feel it coming. And there's a moment where we're hanging out, and she's like, oh, I feel it. Like, I kind of feel the same, like, mental pressure that I had from, like, Molly. And I'm like, oh, yeah, she's feeling it. It's starting to feel. I'm starting to break into my peak. And she's like, oh, I don't really feel it yet. And I'm like, I don't really feel it like that. Yeah, you're ahead of me. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. I break into full peak. She's still not there. And then I'm in the middle of peaking. She's like, oh, yeah, it's definitely kicking in now. Like, I'm seeing visuals. Like, that carpet's crazy. The bath mat is like, she's getting full visuals. She's tripping hard enough to get visuals, which, and then it goes away and she's not tripping anymore.
Like, immediately, you're saying?
She's dead
like
sober.
After,
Like after an hour of visuals, it wears off and she doesn't even feel a difference anymore. And I'm just like,
I think Trish,
I've never heard of that.
I think Trish might be Superman.
I know. I was like, do you have are you like Akira? Do you have like psychic powers?
It
like,
could be just. I mean,
a tab, right? But
yeah.
she got visuals. So how does that work? No, but listen, like if I had let's say you had a dud tab, right? You had 125 milligram or 125 UG tab, supposedly. Let's say it was half the potency. Let's say if it was a quarter of it. You're not going to get visuals off that.
Right.
No.
So bizarre. I'm like,
you
what
just get the mental
fuck?
feeling.
Yeah, because that
right.
should last you several hours.
Yeah, and I was cooked the whole night. I was tripping well into the night. I went to bed at 4 a.m. Like,
right.
And
that's crazy.
Dude.
Actually,
and she was like, "Yeah, I don't even feel it." I'm like, and I'm thinking like, is Trish just so chill and zen that like
she might just be straight
it.
up Buddhist monk, just like can't even tell that she's tripping because she's so just based.
I think Trish might be Wim Hof. I think she just may be the guy.
Maybe Trish is like a zen god, like maybe she already like has no attachment to anything and no desires whatsoever.
Yeah, just has no.
She just pretends just to seem like
she's human. Like, oh, I need to eat.
Well, I guess I got to do it to make sure no one else thinks that
grain of rice
is off.
Don't want anyone to think I'm too based.
Yeah. Too based. Isn't that? But have you ever heard of something like that? I mean, have you ever heard of something like that?
No, that's pretty crazy.
No, but I mean, maybe her visuals were just like maybe she was like hyping
maybe she was just on her period. She's a woman. She's just tripping out.
You never know with them.
Never know. No, but I mean, there might be something to be said about like she just kind of was like, oh shit, okay, all right, cool, I'm good. Just shut it off. I wonder.
Is that even I mean, it's so curious to get visuals and then for it to just go away. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no, that is odd.
But she was like, "Oh, it's tripping me out." Like she was looking at her own phone case. She's like, "This phone case is tripping me out." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Was it the first time for her?
Yep,
ever.
First time she ever took LSD.
So maybe one of those things where it's just like
she was upset. She was like, "I wanted to get hot." She was like,
like maybe it was a thing.
I think she was gonna take another tab today.
Oh shit! Right on.
Yeah,
go for
I
it.
think so.
Let's do it. But yeah, maybe one of those things where it's like you're faced with the wall because there's like kind of that wall with like a lot of drugs like that where it's like you're like breaching it and you're like, oh shit, it's coming, and then it just kind of lays you out. But it may be one of those things where it's like, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna.
Is that possible? I mean, maybe she did. Because she was like, when she would see trippy shit, she was like, I don't want to look at that. And I'm like, well, that's not really what you want to do. You want to embrace the trip.
Right.
Like, you don't want to like.
Well, like, was it scary stuff?
I think it's just kind of like, I don't know. But I was looking at Phil Collins album covers and they're all just pictures of his face being so serious.
Let's go.
And I was laughing because like every Phil Collins like song is just him singing his ass off, but he's so serious. It's deathly serious, whatever he's singing about. Like that's what it is. And like looking at his face on like Phil Collins face value, I was like, holy shit, his face is intense.
Yeah, that's why like,
I thought that was the most bizarre shit in the world.
Tarzan, they were just like, you need to chill, brother.
But out of anyone in the world, like it makes sense to me that it happened to her for some reason. Like,
I mean, job bless. I mean, fucking. I hope she really she can break through. I'll break on.
And I would do acid again tonight, but I can like feel like my head still hot. Like I'm exhausted mentally. Like I could not. You should not do acid 2 days in a row.
You know what you should do?
I feel like you'd be strong. Have you ever done that, Tony?
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
When you took the 2-tab with your boy, was that as intense as our Christmas trip?
No, not even close, but it was really dope though.
How long do you think I would have to wait to get another trip that intense, you think?
I think it depends on the goobers you're swallowing, but
right. I mean, regular acid's fire, so I feel like 2 would be pretty sick. I almost
I'd say
3.
I would say wait like a month at least, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Just wait a little bit and hit 2 of them.
Yeah.
What if I did 375 UG, like 3 tabs?
I mean, it'd be pretty legit.
I almost was dysfunctional though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think about over
how
Christmas.
geeked we were. Oh my god, the freakiest part. And I've said this probably on the show before, but the freakiest part of that trip was when we sat down in front of the TV. I had 3 frozen pizzas that we had fully cooked, cut up on plates, tray of fruit, bags of chips, drinks, beers, weed. We're chilling there. We're watching him like, do you want some pizza? And Tony goes,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what do you mean? Do you want a slice of pizza? He's like, I literally could or I couldn't. I could go either way. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, God. I could have a slice or I could not have a slice. It could really be one or the other. And I'm like, all right, should we watch this movie? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And I'm like, okay. Like,
just no.
Like he literally lost his mind. Basically, I was really scared. And I was like,
any decision
trippy,
center
dude.
is just gone.
I was like, Tony is tripping me out. Like, just be like, yeah, I love some pizza. But Tony was like, either you are or you aren't. Who are you? Like, he was just getting some Alice in Wonderland shit. I'm like,
God.
Okay, Mad Hatter, just take a fucking slice or don't. It's so funny.
Like, calm down.
Or we're sitting outside in this super sketchy, like dark alley next to an abandoned house, and you're like staring at this fence, and you're like, dude, there is like a whole world on this fence. And I'm like, dude, you know how we're seeing this crazy shit right now? Let's go do that inside where it's warm, and we watch, Forged in Fire or something. But you were so like.
Well, I'm gonna be really honest.
And
the fence in that trip is still the craziest thing I saw the whole trip.
Really?
It was even crazier than anything in Endgame.
Shit.
I mean, Endgame was nuts.
Yeah.
Endgame is just like, bro. The still the craziest part of Endgame is when they do in that time machine where the bottom of the floor goes down like that.
Yeah.
And you're just like, dude. Remember the first time watching Endgame? It's that part where Iron Man meets his dad and back in time. At like the facility, and he's like, "Where are you? Where are you going?" And like his head ripples were like 80 stories tall. Like, where are you going? And then it's like, and then the hallways. It's like a bunker underground. So there's like 80 hallways going down, and it just looked like infinity. And then this guy's head ripples were infinity, and then it's just rubbing down. And you'd be like, what acid did you give me? What am I on?
Oh, shit.
God. Honestly, one of the funniest jokes ever was just watching Endgame and just imagining everyone in Endgame was tripping as hard as we were.
Yeah. I was
at what they were looking at.
From 2 Christmases ago. And the whole plot of the movie was that like Thanos threw off the vibe,
Right.
Like
that was our
on
joke.
a mission to
was
restore it.
It's like, what kind of vibe are you on right now? And it was like we were thinking in such a way where it was just like everything was a vibe. It's like bad vibes, very bad vibes have been going through the universe.
How about this vibe?
Or he's on a different vibe than us.
It's an okay vibe.
Walk outside, walk down the street. Someone's just bleeding out on this corner of the sidewalk. It's just like, oh, he's on a bad vibe right now.
Because any sort of like dramatic logic on acid just doesn't make any sense. Like you're just like, oh, you're sad. What does that even mean? Like you're just like on acid. You're just like, oh, bad vibes. Oh, you're just laughing at them. And he's just like, you got what?
Guy, what?
Shit,
dude, I went to a wedding this past weekend, which was tight.
Yes.
Right. We were joking last episode how you have 18 friends who are your best friend and you're getting married and you're there for it.
This isn't even a friend in that friend group. This is a guy. This is Tim's older brother from Shaman.
Oh yeah, I totally know who you're talking about.
Tim, yeah.
I have no idea.
Tim Booback, he was in the house in Gray House with you,
boobs.
right? Yeah, young
Nice.
booby.
Boob back.
Titties.
User, but
Young
his
tit.
older brother got married, and I
Young
literally
tit.
I flew in at 5 a.m. On Saturday to get there for that, and the wedding was that day.
Oof.
And
Oof.
but I went
Why?
to Because that was the cheapest flight, like by a significant amount.
Why fly in if that's what you
Why not? Go to a wedding?
be tired?
Yeah, but it was chill.
Dude, why would I go to a wedding when I can play Gears of War 5?
Why would I do anything when I can just play video games?
Right.
I was chilling with all the groomsmen like before the wedding, and literally one of his groomsmen like busts in. And he's like, "I did bring live resin. Do you guys want to hit that?" And he literally had a whole rig and shit. Yeah. And he busts out a dab pen, and we just
you're just in a church. It's like, yo, dude, I brought the rig. Fucking rip some goobers in the chapel.
Honestly, Tony, I'm gonna be real. That annoys me so much for some reason.
Dude, these guys are all incredibly successful, like software engineers.
It's your wedding.
No, he didn't.
He's sober for one thing.
No, he was not. He can't dab. He's an engineer. He can't even do that.
I should be like, oh, she looks so good. I'm gonna cry.
No.
I do. Or wait, what? What are we talking about?
No. He did not partake. But
live resin. What the fuck does that mean? What is live
just
versus
like the
dormant resin mean?
It's just the most like fuego type of wax.
I got some live resin that's been plucked out of a fucking pigeon's stomach.
Yeah, we scraped all this resin out of my bong and it grew an eyeball and now it's crawling across the table. You want to smoke it?
Yeah, I put
sentient.
I put a nug of weed in my girlfriend's pussy and it kind of like festered like a petri dish. And now I have like a live bacterial resin that we can pull out of her pussy and put in the dab rig.
It'll make you see beings.
Yeah, what do you think?
You can bake
with
with
hit that? Tony just wearing like a turquoise tuxedo is like one of the best ones. Like, I'll hit that. Be honest. What color was the groomsman? What was your role in the wedding? Were you just?
I was not in the wedding. I was just invited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're. Yeah,
but I was chilling
sure.
with the groomsmen beforehand.
Nice. Well, hey, guess what? That's the end of the episode.
Great story.
Basically.
I gotta go see King Kong versus Godzilla.
Bling blong.
In
You're
IMAX.
going to see that?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, Max told me you were going to see a movie, and I was like, huh, that's gay. And then, but knowing that it's that movie, I'm like, well, yeah, that is a pretty good choice. Actually, are you gonna go on them Eddies? And then Eddie's,
that's what he was saying.
Absolutely gonna go see it in IMAX.
You better gobble them now.
Yeah,
I know.
Should have eaten those.
I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about that last night. 3D movies, how much I hate seeing them, but on acid, that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing like a Pacific Rim type movie where it's like shot for 3D, and it's like you would feel like you're flying out of your chair if you were on a double dose.
Dude, I took a halfer with my buddy Sean, and we went to see Doctor Strange, and we both look at each other after the intro scene, and we're like, we should have taken a whole.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. There's no point in ever doing acid and only taking half a tab. To me.
Yeah, no, it's one or two. Those are the two options.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, or more.
Yeah.
1, 2, more, or none, but never anything less than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, guys, if you did get this far, episode 79, enjoy your movie, Tony, is what you need to say. No, I'm not saying I don't want you to enjoy your movie. I'm just saying that's the phrase for the episode is episode 79. Tony, enjoy the film. Enjoy the movie.
I like it. Yeah, good.
And yeah, man, follow us on our socials. Join the Discord. It's lit. You know, follow my Twitch. Our Twitches, all of our Twitches are in the link in the description, I think.
All of our Twitches.
And yeah, man, just spread love and love thy neighbor, and don't be racist. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
Don't be racist.
Just don't. Unless
don't
it's
be
funny,
a bitch.
but also still don't do that.
Unless it's funny to both people, the person telling the joke and the person hearing it. Correct. That's the only time. As a white man, I can say that's the only time racism is okay, when it's ironic between two white people. No, I'm just kidding.
Behind closed doors. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, behind closed doors.
Anything goes.
The Oval Office recording tapes have been shut off, and you can say it without surveillance, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But no, thank you guys for listening, and fellas, it was good seeing you too. And Tony, enjoy your movie, and Max, enjoy your frozen groceries, and
frozen
we'll
groceries.
talk to you all later.
Peace.
Peace the motherfucking shits out.